Okay, so I just want to share a little personal oracle reading that I just did for myself. So it's just from that one deck, this deck, the Sacred Rebels. So I shuffled, sinner style like that with the, like that, and then like that. So this one turned sideways. I didn't want to keep shuffling too much, and it can start like damaging the edge of the cards and stuff. So this one stuck out, and it didn't want to go back in. So, and it's 3 and 5, 2 3s and 5s have been coming up a lot for me lately, and this is conscious connections, and you can see they're basically nude without being like, they still got their bits covered up, but there's no masks. This is a conscious connection with self, first and foremost. So, and it talks about parrots, but they have koi fish in there. So that's interesting that they mentioned parrots, okay? And they talk about the gold and green, and notice her sarong is gold and green, okay? Conscious connections, okay. And so when I pulled that out, this was on the bottom of the deck. Look at that. Diving for light, and it's an 11, and it's green and gold. Hello. Green and gold is like the color scheme that's been coming to me lately. So, oh yeah, and then the seahorses, I don't know if it was a weekly video, but the thumbnail picture had 2 seahorses facing each other, making like a little heart. Okay, so the green and gold, and then the seahorses in this card, and it's an 11, okay? Diving for light. Yeah, we have to dive and delve into that endless abyss of the self in order to, heal all that wounding. We have to face ourselves, right? It's time to face ourselves. See, conscious connection, see how they're not really, it's kind of black and white, stark. So we're delving into that for illumination. We're diving for light so we can make these conscious connections, okay, with self. We have to face ourselves, and then I don't know if you can see, okay, so the seahorse is down here as well. Oh, and this is very pineal looking, okay, and then there's a spiral, but see how they're like twisted together to form this golden like DNA spiral, okay? Ida, Pingala, Shushumna, the Kundalini, whatever, okay. But see, it's like while this process is taking place and it's forming the 2 into 1, they're not facing each other, as you can see. And I see that as a very necessary part of the process, because we have so much of our own individual healing to do. And so, if you had to do that with another person, you might not survive it. They may not survive it. You may end up, not a good thing. So it's very interesting that and I'll just read the healing thing, and it's very interesting because they say emerald and green and grace for this card, and parrot, even though parrot's not in here. There is green and gold though on her sarong. And then this was the next one after diving for light. So that's the second card from the bottom, and that's a 31, or is it a 34? 31. It says trust yourself. Okay, and this kind of has to do with personal sister twin flame out there with the parrot. If she's watching that parrot connection, the reading that I did for her, I sat with the energies, asked for possibly a vision in my dream if they wanted to give me any specific messages for her, and I dreamt of her having is she speaking her truth? And the parrot was there. It flew up and landed in a tree, and it was a gold and green parrot, like green with gold on its chest, like little bits of gold, but mainly green. This one looks like it has a really long tail, but it looks like a parrot to me. Okay, so I'm getting, and there's a toucan, and so this parrot, bird, okay, birds, lots of birds. And another sister out here is talking about bird tribe. Okay, so let me read the little thing quickly. Where'd the little book go? Just for this card, the one that I actually pulled, but those just had synchronicities with other things, but also with that card. So, I just took such a nice bath and exfoliated baking soda bath with some really nice bubble bath stuff that I get online for this. Oh, it's great. If I can find the link, I'll actually put it in the description box. Get really good deals. It's French stuff, so it's really nice and not expensive, and it feels luxurious. So that's a conscious connection that I made with myself. And one of my brothers out here has like a 3-hour long video, so I just pressed play and took my bath and relaxed and listened to him talk about all this cool stuff. So it mentions heart-to-heart communication. There's a need for that, which can salvage and restore a broken relationship or friendship. Be willing to honor your differences and look to what unites you. Okay, so I've been talking about that, letting go of the polarities and just focusing on the center, the Vesica Pisces, where the things that unite us, okay, and focus on those things, not the things that individuate us. Trust in the sanctity of the connections in your life. The Oracle brings guidance for that. Confidence to step onto the center stage of your own life story. It says one may be willing to live in high definition, whilst another may prefer to live it more vicariously until they have the confidence to step onto the center stage of their own life story. We are not here to judge each other, just to love, to be loved, and to let go of those that cannot accept us as we open up to those who can. Okay, so this oracle is confirmation that this manifestation is on its way to you now. May or may not be obvious at first, but kindred spirits are going to enter your life to help you connect with your deeper feelings and creativity, which is funny because the top card was this, and I'm a writer. A lot of us out here are. So 42, the word wants to be written. See all the butterflies? The word wants to be written. So all you writers, get back to what you love, that writing. So healing comes from your willingness to express your true feelings and allow your situation to either fall apart or come together according to the greater workings of life. Oh, and it mentions the webs too. So there's a lot of synchronicities in this card, and then the ones that followed, very interesting. So, and I shuffled. This is just a magical deck. So sometimes webs that have joined people together are broken, and that is appropriate as people may outgrow what once held them together. See, but this is what I'm talking about, focusing on that center, Vesica Pisces, okay, in the center where we're united, okay? Sometimes the ties that bind us together are so strong that they are able to withstand a great deal of pressure and still remain intact. The webs of connection between us will sever or sustain based on higher wisdom of life itself. Based on the higher wisdom of life itself. Either way, healing happens in the resolution of our feelings. So feeling free, forgiveness helps us to feel free. Move on to the next stage. Remain open to healing connections and allow people to be close to you. Trust in the process that draws people in and out of your life. Resist nothing and seek wisdom in all. I was going to say above all. Okay. So this is the healing process, the mantra, mudra, the chant, the prayer, okay? With your hand on your heart, say out loud, I surrender all my relationships into unconditional love and ask that the truly nourishing, soul-enriching, expansive, and nurturing relationships be healed and drawn closer to my heart. I ask that the draining, depleting, destructive, or toxic relationships be drawn out of my life through unconditional love, mercy, grace, okay, that's personal for me, grace, and my own free will. So be it. So it says, imagine that you can breathe golden light in through the front of your body and out through the back of your body. So you're just one big lung breathing golden light, and it's like a tube through you. You're pulling in the golden light, breathing it in, and then releasing it, breathing it out. Exhale, which is the nirvana, the exhale of the breath. Literally, nirvana translates into that. Which is funny because one time when I was like in, fourth grade, I was playing on the bars and I flipped over and landed on my back and I knocked the wind out of me. But what happened was I could take one more breath in. I knew something was wrong though, because I knocked the wind out of myself and something happened in my lungs and I drew in a breath, but then I couldn't draw it back out, breathe it out. So I had, right, this breath inside me, but I couldn't get another one. I had to release this one in order to draw another one. And it was very metaphysical. It was funny because my friend was laughing, thinking I was joking around because I was like toppling over. I'm like, I couldn't really talk because I couldn't breathe. I'm like, I can't breathe. So she thought it, but that's happened so many times when I was a kid. Like one of my friends would get hurt and we'd both just bust into giggles. I don't know. Laughing, inappropriate laughing, when you're supposed to be quiet, like in class or church. I don't know, just something about, or at work, something about the seriousness of that all like triggered giggles a lot of times. So, okay. So you're breathing in that golden light. In through the front, out through the back. Repeat the process with a rich emerald green light. Don't worry if you can't feel or see the light. Just intend to work with the light and relax. Okay? Emerald, green, and golden. This was the next card. This was the card on the bottom when I pulled that one out. Okay? Hello. This is just a bonus oracle for I gotta do the weekly tarot for you guys. I may do that tomorrow, though. I still have a little bit of time. We'll see how the energies flow today. Feeling good. I'm just saying, I feel like doing it today. Maybe not. Okay, so finally, visualize, perceive, or see a beautiful beating heart with luminous green and gold parrot wings. Again, green and gold. Hello. It's all over here in all of these cards. Green and gold. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green. Boy George. Yeah, love him. When I was little, it was Madonna, Boy George, Michael Jackson. Okay. And of course the classics, Led Zeppelin. I remember I just want to share this really quick. When I was 3 years old, I remember falling asleep to laying right next to the record player, and I kept playing that song Kashmir over and over. The drums or the guitar, whatever in the beginning of the song, it's like anything that has like that kind of deep feeling, just to it. I don't know what it is, just always resonated with me. Kind of like it has a dark aspect to it, just a deep soulful feeling that I resonated with, and I played it over and over and over, and I knew exactly where to put the needle and everything, so careful, and I was only 3. I was very meticulous. And I just played it over and over until I fell asleep. So that was like my first favorite song that I can consciously remember. Okay, so the beating heart. Okay, visualize the beating heart with luminous green and gold parrot wings on either side. Imagine, perceive, or feel that there are many other beautiful beating hearts with parrot wings of different colors, and they are all flying around together. Look, that was the next bottom card after the 11, diving for light. Okay, so look at all that. Look at all the winged ones. Ah! And of course, there's like the snake, the serpent, that just represents wisdom. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's symbolic of the wisdom of the Divine Mother and the hidden realms, the unknown. Okay, the things that we don't want to face. Because it doesn't feel good, you know? But that's the thing about transmuting pain, because what we gain from not being afraid of doing that is so much. It's just so worth it. It's so worth it to go through it. It really is. And believe me, I keep wanting to say that line because there was As Good As It Gets synchronicities with Twin Simplicity, and one of her viewers, or in the comment section, or she mentioned it or something. It was like me, her, and one of her commenters, one of the other people that viewed that video, because I had a VHS tape of it, and I watched it over and over and over and over until it broke. I think it broke. Unless that could have been Lovely and Amazing, because I know I definitely broke that one. I was like, well, I'm going to have to order it on DVD now because I broke the VHS tape. I would go through phases like that. It was Alice in Wonderland one year when I was trying to get I was in a bad relationship. I was so sick I couldn't get out of bed, just stressed, and I just watched Alice in Wonderland every day, all day. As soon as it would end, rewind. So in the movie As Good As It Gets, sorry, I didn't want to get off on a tangent there. There's a line pretty much in the very beginning of the movie where Cuba Gooding Jr. confronts Jack Nicholson's character, and because he's being mean to his partner. He plays a gay man in this as his role in this movie, and he was his what's the guy who plays he's a popular actor, the blonde hair, blue eyed guy, but he's such a nice guy, like can't stand up for himself, and so his boyfriend's like this very reserved I'm an art dealer, but he's got this little attitude because he's been through it, right? So he ain't gonna take no guff. Like, you may think he's this gay man who's reserved and proper and all this stuff, but when it comes to defending his man, his lover, his partner, they might not have been partners. I take that back. He might have just, who knows? He was like his art dealer. Yeah, because that's right. Because he was an artist. He was a painter, and then his, but they could have had a romantic relationship, whatever. But yeah, that he was his art dealer guy. But when he confronts Jack Nicholson in the hallway, he says, "You think you can intimidate me? I've been to hell, homeboy. My grandma's got more attitude than you," or something like that. It's like, that line always resonated with me, because it's like, there's a line from a song from Ray LaMontagne, and I'll try to find a link. He's awesome. Ray LaMontagne. He sings Trouble is probably the most popular one that people know from him, but there's a line in one of his songs that says, I've been to hell and back so many times, or I've been to hell so many times, you kind of bore me, something like that. So, you know, we've been through so much shit. We don't need to trip out. We've been through it and we got through it and we're here and we're okay. Life's pretty damn good, you know. We don't need to trip out so much on stuff. We need to be more grateful is what we need to be. Seriously, we need to be more grateful for what we do have and not looking at the one thing we don't have, like our twin flame in the physical, right? And just our whole world shattered, but you're not in a wheelchair. You're not you don't have to use an apparatus to breathe. I mean, come on, there's a lot to be grateful for. And that's what we need to practice. This is what this healing process is all about. Letting go of things that don't serve you, calling in the stuff that you want, that serves your highest good, trusting in the process. Okay, so sorry, I went off on a tangent there. But, okay, so parrot wings of different colors, and they are all flying around together. Right, okay. So enjoy the playfulness of this vision. Enjoy the playfulness of this vision. And in your own time, come back to the here and now. Feel the air on your skin. I know, I love that. I love that when it's just a nice, cool, and it's just perfect temperature, nice, cool breeze. Early morning walks in the summertime. Oh, that air is so nice. It's so healing. That's kind of how I felt when I had the vision of the candlestick above the bookshelf. It was just like there was no words or communication. It was just like this cool breeze that flowed through, like a cool minty breeze, like that golden light, breathing it in, exhaling it through your back. So feel the air on your skin. Notice the temperature of the room you're in and your feet on the floor. So just appreciating that you're in a comfortable environment that isn't a cauldron, or, you know, or you have air conditioning if it is, you know, or it's just a nice time of year, the temperature, you're not like, you know, freezing cold. Just being grateful for the pleasant temperature in which you find yourself. You know, these are the things that we forget to remember to be grateful for. The things that are so simple really are usually the things that are just the most glorious, right? Just playfulness, right? The birds, you know, there's cats in here, monkeys, like all kinds of little creatures, butterflies, dragonflies, the lizards, colorful garden snakes, hummingbird, maybe a little baby gorilla, I don't know, little turtles and lemurs, and just, right? Life wanting to live, love, and have fun, dream, the splendor of life. When you are ready, open your eyes and return to your day or evening. You have completed your healing process. So practice breathing in, okay, rich emerald green light. So it says, oh yeah, do it with golden light, okay, and then repeat the process with rich emerald green light. These colors are very high vibrational, very healing. The green light is the center, the heart chakra, the anahata, the very healing, balancing, okay? And then the golden is just like that Christ consciousness, and that, you know, that's being heart-centered. That's why the green and gold go together. And it was just amazing, all the synchronicities in there with grace, the green and gold, the emerald, the gold, green and gold together, color combination, green and gold, parrot wings. Okay, so the parrot. All right, so conscious connections, that reduces to an 8. Okay, so it starts with self. Starts with the self. Okay. Green and gold. Golden DNA. The restoration. Play and enjoy life. And that comes from a place of gratitude and being grateful for what you have. And if you're focusing on what you don't have and it's making you feel some sort of way, do that technique where you're breathing in the golden light and then repeat it with breathing in the emerald green light. And that's going to get you heart-centered. It's going to help you to feel balanced, grateful, and, just it'll enable you to get through the rest of your day. So maybe you have to do it a couple times, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. Took like 25 minutes, sorry. Love, peace, and blessings.